Welcome back to the Mad Spiderverse. I'm Mad Spidey. Thank you once again for tuning into my channel. So today's episode is going to be another one of my artist series. Now today the focus artist will be, for my 50th episode, will be the man, the myth, the legend, Whilce Portacio, Filipino-American artist who has been around for quite a long time. Whilce is basically, most of his work actually has been for the major two, or I suppose you could say even the major three now. It's been for DC, mainly Marvel. He's done a lot of work for Marvel. Anything from, Punisher to, obviously he's well known for Uncanny X-Men. He's done X-Factor. He's done Iron Man. He's done pretty much everything and anything in Marvel. DC, he's done he's done a bit of Batman and a few other bits and pieces, but he's also done a lot, seeing he is one of the co-founders, the original co-founders of Image Comics. So along with, Todd and Rob and all the other guys, he was one of the original co-founders. So he has done a lot of work for Image on Spawn and quite a few other titles. He's also worked for Top Cow as well. But basically, my story starts with Whilce. He was announced to come to our Supernova, pretty sure it was Supernova Expo back in 2017, but it wasn't here in Melbourne, it was up in Sydney. I planned to go to actually be able to meet him and try and, pick up a sketch commission. Unfortunately, I couldn't go. I'd already pretty much organised it. And generally, whether it's still done this way or not, but quite often I actually got a hold of his wife's email, who she quite often will sometimes do that organisation for commission pieces and things like that. And she was more than, she obviously spoken to Whilce, everything was cool, everything was sorted, and unfortunately I couldn't go. So I couldn't get there, and I was like, I asked a few mates out of our art collecting crew and things like that, and my good mate Alex was gracious enough to be able to go and pick it up for me, and then obviously get it back to me here in Melbourne, which was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, unfortunately I didn't get to meet Whilce, unfortunately, which would have been fantastic to be able to do, because I know he has a little bit of history with some Australian artists, well, one in particular, my good mate David Yarden. Whilce actually started a studio back in the day in the Philippines with a lot of the up-and-coming Filipino and Asian artists. People like Philip Tan and Steven Segovia and Carlo Paguyan, and a lot of these awesome top-tier artists that they are now. He actually started a school for them, and David Yarden actually went to that school for a while as well. So he has got a little bit of roots here in Australia as well. But yeah, Whilce is an absolute legend, and I was lucky enough to be able to get a piece from him. I was thinking, I was on my Spider-Man kick, I'd gone past I'll pick, something that he's known for. So I was going to pick an X-Men character and things like that. And I'm like, nah, screw it. I'm getting Spidey stuff. Let's just go something Spidey. Because I was dealing with his wife, I was like, I probably shouldn't be like, oh, what does he want to draw and things like that, because it'd be too much sort of to and fro and things like that and put her in a bad position. So I said, screw it. Let's just go stock standard. Let's just go Peter Parker Spidey. And this is the end result. So done in sort of probably pencil, ink to a little extent, but mainly markers. So get it better. So there's Spidey, so he's giving me a little bit of background as well. There's Whilce's signature right there. But yeah, very, very cool piece. It actually sort of looks like he might have actually done Spider-Man on the side of Sydney Harbour Bridge. Or not Sydney Harbour Bridge, but the Opera House or something like that, possibly. Or maybe it's just, you know, whether it was intended or not, it sort of looks like it is. But yeah, very, very, very cool and very accommodating. And I was, as I said, you know, disappointed I wasn't able to meet him and actually thank him in person and, you know, try and have a chat and things like that. But yeah, it was super awesome to get a piece from the legend himself, regardless of whether I actually got to meet him or not. So, because obviously, like a lot of my commissions and things like that have been at-home commissions, and you quite often don't get a chance to actually meet these people in real life because you're just emailing, texting, DMing and things like that, and they don't necessarily never have come to Australia, and I've obviously never been overseas. So, you know, you're sort of, you're judging them, you know, their personality and things like that by, you know, electronic sort of correspondence. So, you know, but usually you can get a good gist of, you know, what they're like from that as well. But yeah, I know that Whilce is an absolute legend, and he's a super nice guy from people I know who have met him. And yeah, so, but anyway, that will do for this particular video. I really hope you enjoyed it. As I said, this is the 50th episode of my artist series. Yeah, there's still plenty more to come. So hopefully, yeah, I have this in a playlist like I do with most of my video series, I suppose. So yeah, if you want to check out my other sort of stuff and things like that, that would be greatly appreciated as well. So anyway, do all the usual YouTube stuff. Hit that like button. That's the one that looks like a thumbs up. That one there. If you hit that on your way out, you can leave a comment if you wish to. That's down below as well. But most of all, that button that says subscribe. If you're watching this and you just double check it. If you have not subscribed, I'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. So anyway, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.